Blow up, you know what I'm saying?
Kodak blow up,
Real nigga, man. Fuck Kodak blow up, nigga. You fuck Kodak blow up, fuck with me.
Tragic City, what it is?
What's going on? What's going on, Kodak? Talk to me nice,
Not
yo.
much, man. First time on the platform.
Definitely. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, sure.
It's about time that we had network, you know what I'm saying? I be hearing your name around the city a lot. I was telling you, so.
Appreciate
just
that.
matter of time, you know what I mean?
Word up, word up. Yeah, you making mad moves. Like I was telling you earlier before the interview, I seen you was doing a video with Tone.
Yes, definitely. Y'all gotta be on the lookout for that, man. Sorry for the fame. His project just dropped. I'm featured on it. We got the song called Pop Star. Super dope. It's about to go crazy. Make sure y'all tap in for that, definitely.
For sure, for sure. But before we get into all that, let's talk a little bit about who you is as a person, you know what I'm saying? I want the viewers to get to know you. So, you know, like, where were you born, where was you raised? Like, you know, everything started for Tragic.
Born and raised in Orlando. I was born in Orlando, but really, really raised in Kissimmee area. Like, that's really, really my stomping ground. Between Kissimmee area and Meadowwoods, it's literally like one stoplight away. So I definitely want to say them my stomping grounds for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22 years old, so this all I know is this side of town. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How was that growing up for you? You know, growing in between like, you know, Orlando, Kissimmee area.
It was pretty dope, honestly, because it's just so many mixed cultures out here, and that's what I'm heavy on is the culture. All of that influenced my sound. Being on this side of town, where there's a lot of Puerto Ricans, listen to a lot of reggaeton. I'm having a lot of more flavor in my sauce. You know what I mean? And then growing up in the suburbs over in Meadowwoods, where everything good and everyone just has different type of swag and different type of elements that I was able to just grasp on and just evolve into my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's something that's crazy that you say that, you know, especially this area, this is like a melting pot. You get all types of people, you know what I'm saying?
You just gotta learn how to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
mix the sauce like gumbo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We definitely got a whole different type of, like, you know, ethnicities out here. There's so many people, you know.
Yes.
I grew up in St. Cloud, you know, being in Kissimmee, going to Orlando, you know, seeing all the different types of things.
You literally see it, bro.
Music taste is a whole variety of genres to me,
real.
just because of the type of people I was around and everything.
Absolutely.
For sure, for sure. You know, growing up as well, man, what was you into, like, music-wise? You know,
music-wise, so, like, honestly, like, before I could even talk for real, I just remember my mom was always playing Usher Raymond, like, so, like, I've really just been really brought into R&B first.
Yeah.
Before I really understood and started getting into rap, so it's just a lot more soul for me, just a lot more singing, a lot more melodies, which is really my forte.
Yeah, well,
and then afterwards came, you know, listening to rap as I got a little bit older and things like that. But it's always been soul for me, for sure.
Okay, any artists that you like other than Usher that you say, you know, you grew up listening to that?
Definitely some Aaliyah.
Oh yeah, Aaliyah's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always got to go back to some Aaliyah, even some Beyonce here and there before when she was really in her prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as rapper wise, like I really listened to a lot of 50 Cent growing up. And not even just when he was hard rapping, when he was dropping things like 21 Questions and doing melodies, like he still showed a different lane for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as any new artists, I listen to a lot of A Boogie, a whole lot of Tory Lanez. Like I really like a lot of flows, if I'm being quite honest. Like.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Your music has a lot of like melodic into it, and I can see that you just said 50 Cent. You know, I was just talking to my boy about this yesterday. He's known for the hooks. He's king of hooks.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
What I'm saying? All his music is based off them hooks. You know, so especially 21 Questions. But you know, obviously Nate Dogg was a hook on it. But literally, he got other music. You know, what I'm saying? He got with the game. He got a whole bunch of songs with the game. He got a whole bunch of songs that
different pockets.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there, you know, that really changed. The rap, you
definitely.
know, of our era,
especially for that time, for the 2000s, he messed the game up with that for sure.
For sure. Did you already have like a love for music? Like, damn, I want to make music at that age, or it was just like, okay, I just want to listen to music as a kid?
So it's a little bit of both because it was really a situation where I felt like this talent was always inside of me. I just wasn't able to bring it out until I got more so to high school, college, if that makes sense. But my grandfather, R.I.P., he just passed away, but when I was a little girl, he was in a band. He would play guitar a lot. He would play drums all the time. And I would just sit on his lap as a little girl, just like stargazing at my papa. You know what I'm saying? And when he would go to rehearsals, I'll still be right there on his lap, just watching him rehearse. And at the time, he would always be like, give me the microphone and say, hey, like, do a little something at his rehearsals or his little bookings and things like that. He'd say, hey, do something. And I was so shy. Like, I was like, no, I didn't want to do it. I'll give you $5. Man, I took that mic so quick because I was a kid. Like $5 was a lot. I was like, whoa, sure. Like. So I took the $5 every time, and I would just sing, and I never understood why. Like, why does he always want me to sing at these little events? Like, until I got to high school, college, and I realized like, oh, I do have it in me. It's always been in me. It was just a matter of time until I knew how to really get it out and put it to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, music's always really been around me since I was a kid, if I'm being quite honest. Like,
that's what's up.
It was just a matter of time. Everything's timing, you know?
Yes, sir. Well, so when it came to like as in music, you writing your first official song, what was like that for you? Like, okay, I'm gonna start rapping or I'm gonna start making R&B music. Like, when was that first step for you to actually want to do that?
So the first step, really, there was this artist around here. He goes by the name of Big Bang Reeds, and I started going out to local showcases. Soundbar, RIP to Soundbar. Soundbar's not open anymore, but Soundbar was where it all started.
Everybody started there. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like everybody like in Orlando really started there. So I'll go to Soundbar just as a spectator. Was still a shy girl, you know. I wasn't comfortable. Hadn't even really been in the studio yet before like that. Like I just wanted to witness what this lifestyle was, and there was this particular artist there who was the best performer, and me and him networked, and we're still close to this day. And a couple weeks after we met, he put me in my very first studio session, you know what I mean? He had like a road trip to Atlanta. He took me on the road with him and just showed me what the life was. So that right there, having like a mentor come take me in as a youngin', like, hey, let me show you this life, let me show you the city and who's hot, what's not. I had that, you know what I mean? And he showed me the ropes, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And everything I was just tunnel vision sense. Like,
did you after that, did you like write your first song, and what was the song that you wrote?
The very first song I had was actually called Pilates, believe it or not. The very first song I ever recorded in a very professional studio was called Pilates. It's out on all platforms actually. Y'all can go find that. Most old stuff I don't like to leave up and stuff, but that's a memory for me.
That's crazy.
And it actually slaps. Like for our first song, like it actually.
I ask that question. People like, yeah, my first song is not out. I don't for you to say that.
Nah, my first song is still out, man.
That's what's up.
Like I actually ended up winning competitions with that. That's how like Tragic City really first started. Like my very first song, started just doing showcases and stuff like that with the song. Won some competitions, and that's really like what really ticked my buzz. Like off my first record, like I just needed that push from somebody, you know what I mean?
I can only imagine, you know, like a lot of people, they felt doubtful, you know, especially when they first start doing something. They're getting great, you know, feedback from the first song you actually made. So I can only imagine your mind at that time, like, wow, you know, I'm going to keep on doing this.
Yes, definitely.
Keep on trying to look for it. And like you said, you actually got to travel with somebody and got to see, like, what's the
road life,
what's going on to everything, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And it wasn't easy. I'm not going to say everything was pretty, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But it was still something I knew that I wanted. I was passionate about it. And I knew, like, yeah, this is it. Like, this is what I got to do.
That's a great learning experience for real.
Definitely.